The sequel also takes what this game started and runs with it. This might have been a bad choice of words.
Why am I here?
Because I'm a shit cop, right? I'm a shit cop. I can't do anything. Shit cop, shit cop, shit cop. Without you here to help, it would be the end.
After finishing the first game, I was really excited to jump straight into the sequel. I'm going to assume that most people who are watching this have already watched the previous video, so I'm really only going into gameplay that is different from the first game. Anything left out has been left out pretty much intentionally. This is The Police 2 takes place 2 years after the events of the first game. This time you only have to play through 30 or so days instead of 180, but I beat it in around the same time because days are much more packed. It remains a real-time management game about law enforcement, specifically sheriffs in this one. Professionality points for the officers return, but you also have skill points now. These don't really change much except that you can't just send any officer to any call. If dispatch says there's a shootout, you should probably send people who are a pretty good shot. But if they don't have enough points, it's hard to send them out. Why is that? Because there's a certain requirement of professionality points for each call. This requirement really sucks in my opinion. If you send out your best officers and a call comes in that needs 2,000 points and all you have is cops with 400 each, then just say a prayer for those people. Or how about 10 calls come in at once? Sorry guys, but Officer Mustard can't come out to play until they've done their homework. It's a frustrating mechanic. It also makes it harder to level up your lower ranking officers if they can't even go out on calls because of a low level. There's a way to work around this, but it requires some money each time. This time you're helped by some nice folks you done favors for. They can help train your cops for a few hours and 1,000 or so bucks. This will also put a skill point in whichever skill the friend is teaching. Strength, intelligence, speed, stealth, shooting, and negotiation. Each point that is put into these skills will give you a perk for the tactical missions that I'll get into later. Not only do these skills help in arrests, but your equipment can also make a difference. Keeping a stock of batons, pepper spray, and stuff like that can help you out of jams. You can also pick who gets what, but I just auto-assigned everything and tried to remember who got what, and then I forgot it immediately after I assigned it. Most of the daily gameplay acts a lot like This Is the Police 1. Days are generally about as long, so coming straight into the sequel feels right at home. They'll still want days off and I still tell them no, and they like that. Oh yeah, there's a mechanic called loyalty. The loyalty mechanic has got to be one of the least player-friendly things I've dealt with in a long time. Some cops will come under your command with no respect for you whatsoever. It's your job to change that. If you deny their stupid requests, they see you as a no-nonsense kind of dude, and they eat it up. Serving their favorite meals or letting them watch TV also bumps it up too. A non-loyal officer will not listen to you during tactical missions and refuse to work 2 days in a row, among other things. You can send these folks back to the sheriff, but if you can turn them, then you'll find a good cop. How can you tell a loyal cop from a disloyal cop? The hat. Good way to tell at a glance who you can trust, but the concept of that is just so funny to me. I think hats make me look stupid, so my employer must think I'm a detriment to them. There's not too many opportunities to earn their loyalty though, and if you lose the loyalty of an officer by just being a shitty guy, it's hard to earn it back. I just let them get injured and have the doctor kill them. I didn't know what "take care of" meant at first, so I might have killed my best officer by accident. Hey, it's reset time, just like the first game. Damn, I'm getting mad enough to torture someone. Oops. To Satan. Damn, that sucks. Let's get into the real meat now. Tactical missions. I don't want to be a downer, so let me gas this mechanic up first. I like the idea of it. That's it. Your equipment is terrible and one shot is enough to put you out of commission. It's gritty and realistic to an extent, but this is a cartoony game outside of the story. One mission has you stopping a hostage situation. Good idea until you make a tiny bit too much noise, and then the hostages get executed. By too much noise, I mean yelling at someone to get down. You can do it if they're stunned and it won't make noise, but if they're alright, it's basically a fail state. Just one hostage killed ends the mission too. Retry all you want though, you can't permanently fail one of these missions. And every cop who goes out on one gets an automatic 50 points, which gets you a skill point. The only one of these missions I really like is the very last one. It's a battle with all your strongest cops. Pretty fun and pretty stressful little battle. The skills you have unlock perks that are basically passive bonuses. Baton hits knock people out longer, stuff like that. You can unlock an Overwatch skill that works just like the one in XCOM. What a good tactical game compared to this. That's pretty much all the differences in gameplay. Some narrative stuff sneaks into the gameplay though. You have to pay a guy $20,000 a week to avoid him calling the FBI on you. It's easy to get that money if you sell most of the items you get from favors or tactical missions. Some weird cult folks will also request to kill one of your cops. That's so stupid. How dumb are they? Oh damn, never mind. The story is where the game is at its best in my opinion. Not the dialogue per se, but the overall story. Light spoilers ahead. Good old Jack Boyd is in hiding going under the name Warren Nash. He gets arrested and the newly appointed sheriff for Sharpwood, Lily Reed, needs someone with experience to help her run the department, and now you're here. The opening of the game makes it seem like you're going to be playing as Lily and leaning on the help of Jack to get through the game, but you're just Jack again. And Jack is... well shit, Jack is not doing great. Between paying $20,000 a week and making sure your department is loyal, you also have Lana trying to find you. That's the prosecutor bitch from the last game. Jack's notoriety from his corruption scandal is also noticed by a smuggler named Colonel Liam Henderson. He's a sketchy character leading a group of other ex-soldiers from an old military base in the town. Jack's evils are greatly exaggerated in the wake of him leaving, but I love how he accepts his evils and goes with it. His conscience tries to pull him back, but he just can't go back from all of this. The moment of his change is actually pretty heartbreaking. A dream about Freeburg where you send every cop and SWAT to your old shed. Feels like his last moments of humanity go away after that. The story seems like it's going nowhere for a long time, and that had me a little worried. But the last 10 days of the games ramped things up so dramatically I was on the edge of my seat. Lana finds out where you are and she is pissed, dude.
Because you decided to limit yourself to an idiotic $500,000.
Oh look, she said it. She said the funny number. Lily sees you as less of an asset to the department because the level of your corruption becomes more and more apparent to her. Jack can't rely on others to do his dirty work anymore and takes some pretty serious measures himself to keep safe. He's becoming more like Jack Kamen than Jack Boyd. Characters and dialogue are extremely, interesting in this game. Do you want to listen to a conversation about black mold for 5 minutes? Oh, just you wait until December 14th.
Hey, what's that? Mold?
That? Oh yeah, that's black mold.
Yeah, I can see it's black. Has it been there for long?
You just noticing that? Then you better not look at the ceiling in the dining hall.
Everyone talks so damn much and for way too long. Cutscenes could be lessened by 5 minutes if people just got to the point. There's a few good moments that work with this style of storytelling, but it's not enough. Also, everyone is such a dickhead in this town. Jack is literally a federal fugitive wanted for huge amounts of scandal and having his hand in the mafia, but Captain Carter is rude to me and talks dumb.
You were sent here by the chiefs in the suits, while I, prodigal son of Sharpwood, was returned here by the Lord himself.
Damn, this series has some major ups and downs. The story is great, but everything in between feels so tacked on. I can't really recommend playing this unless you enjoyed the story in the first one a lot. Kind of anticlimactic of a review, but that's really it. Only a mega fan or someone who promised to play this game would have the patience to get through it. I won't be covering Rebel Cops just yet. I got a game I promised to do before that. I need to relax after these, but I'll get to it someday. Thanks for watching. Maybe I'll like the next game more.
Well, what am I now?
This is the police series.
Your accomplice? Your prey? Your hostage, I guess?